think we'll go back to what we mentioned earlier. So when you think about legacy and legacy ways of thinking, legacy ways of operating, and if you haven't invested in modernizing your architecture and your services and the way that you operate, then you are now under extreme pressure to accelerate that digital agenda. And I think that includes the notion of what was more of a legacy way of operating, which was building a business continuity plan. And I've always found that business continuity plans are, I almost feel like the three-ring binder. Here's our plan, and we tabletop exercise what might happen if there was an earthquake on the west coast of the United States and we lost power, or a data center, or if there's an eastern seaboard event, that takes out, Hurricane Sandy sort of thing. But nothing really accounts for what I would say resiliency to a massive global disruption, which is what we're having now. And so the switch from thinking about business continuity being this plan that you execute on, hopefully you never need it, but if you do, you have a plan that you can execute on, versus operating with business resiliency on an ongoing basis. And I think now this is proving out to be even more important, because without an effective therapy or vaccine over the next 9, 12, 18, 24 months, whatever it means, I think we could see rolling shutdowns happening on a frequent basis. We could see waves for the foreseeable future. So how do we make sure that the next time this happens, this is not an event, but it's business as usual or business as unusual, depending on how we use that phrase. And I think now is the time to push for investments in accelerating the digital architectures and investing in business resiliency, so that our operations are resilient, our processes are resilient, our systems are resilient. And so it's sort of somewhat business as usual when massive disruption happens. And of course, a lot of cloud services are built to be resilient. They have resiliency built in. They've always been sort of location agnostic. I always used to say work is a state of mind, not a place. Although these days it is a place. It's sort of our home environments. So I would say that that's sort of the way to think about this is business resiliency is a way of operating on an ongoing basis, versus business continuity is something that is preparing for an event to happen.